quiet entrance, and as usual no one sees me, save for old Bridget. She half spots me out of the corner of her eye as I smile at her. She grins down at her knitting. She's seen me before, and I know her family quite well. I spent some time with them. I'm never far away from her, not anymore. I step past the reception. Of course, no heed is paid. Maybe I have someone to visit. A mother, a brother, some second cousin's uncle. But no. Those for whom I walk are of no relation to mine. My destination is room 14A, wherein Thomas Byrne lies, eyes half open and breathing slowing. There's idle chatter amongst the few members of his family that could make it, and it barely rises over the din of the whirring and beeping machines, while a nurse quietly does everything he can to make sure Thomas is comfortable. I step through into a corridor and touch the shoulder of little Alfie as I walk by. He's a small, bald man with very large ears. He wanders up and down these halls every day, and when he was allowed, he'd stop at every door and smile his toothless hello. Some might think he lives a sad existence, shuffling along the corridors of a nursing home day in, day out, never a family or friend to visit. But no, these have in fact been the happiest years of Alfie's life. He's found friends. He didn't have those before. Orphanage until 18, barely scraping by doing odd jobs, the mute cleaner, the odd handyman. When he took his fall and wound up here, he found his joy. Some of his friends wear nurses' attire, some can't hear him, and some of those that can might not actually enjoy his company, but he's happy. He's not quite sure who the tall, charming woman who smiles at him is. He's seen her a few times, usually when some of his friends have to leave. She makes those goodbyes easier, as she says to him, "Hello, Alfie, it's so good to see you. I hope you're doing well. I'll be back again soon. Be good. Goodbye." He shuffles away from me now, his little walker click-clacking along the floor, a bit more of a spring in his step maybe. I'm glad to have not had to walk for him yet. These halls be far less bright without Alfie. On the next floor, a new woman is being wheeled into a room. She's very specifically asked to be alone. She's a cold, hard woman because she's lived a hard life. Maybe not more difficult than many from her time, but all the same she's been left deep within herself. She talks in harsh tones to the attendants helping her into bed. She's quite convinced they've lost all of her belongings. As I step by the door, she spots a figure she hasn't seen in very long. Someone who used to come in after work in oil-stained uniform. He gives her a stern look, but one full of love. She barely has time to register he's there before he's gone again, as I'm pacing farther up the corridor. She takes up her rosary beads and asks the last nurse in the room that when she comes back around for tea, she might stay and pray a while. The nuns taught her well to pray. I know that by the time she leaves this place, she'll have found a certain happiness within herself. I like this place. It's bright, and there's always a smile even in these times. The sounds of the city follow me as I walk to where I need to be. I look through the door. There's no more talking now. Silent tears run down cheeks behind masks. 12:07. I take a moment and all eyes turn to the bed, wherefrom rises the woeful song of the final rattle. Now the tears flow. Breaths hitch in chests, as the nurse checks for a pulse, nods respectfully at the family and heads for a doctor. Thomas, however, sees something else entirely. His dear wife, how long has it been since he last saw her? It doesn't matter now, as he peers into those bright blue eyes. She sits on his bedside and reaches for her hand. He takes it with renewed vigour. Without a word, she ushers him towards the door. He stands, tall, proud, strong, mind clearer than it has been in far, far too long. He walks now down the corridor, alone, but this doesn't seem to bother him as he turns back and sees his family. He sees me now, and he understands. The only thing he asks of me is if they'll be okay, everyone in the room. I tell him yes. Everyone there will live. It's all I can promise. He seems satisfied, and I tell him to go now. He's deserved his rest. He walks to where he believes his wife will be. Where? I don't know. It's not my place to know, nor even to guess. I simply walk, as I always have, as I am right now, and as I will for you. I must admit I've grown fond of you all over these many eons. Unfortunately, not everyone is as kind-hearted as old Bridget, as innocent as Alfie, or as decent as Thomas. And while it makes things so much nicer, I don't have to be kind.